Ladies, I am here tonight on the and tonight I am going to talk about so apparently there's a lot, so the discussions about the collective bargaining agreement that I've been very nervous about expiring in March of 2021 are going a lot better than I thought, and they're actually saying that they could possibly sign it before the it expires in March of 2021. So it came out today that also they've talked about um, adding new stuff into it, which would include 14 teams in the playoffs. Right now there is 12. It would include 14 teams, and also it would include a 18 weeks becoming 17 games. Right now it's 16 games in 17 weeks. It would now be 18 weeks and 17 weeks. So what would happen is that the NFL would start, I believe, the last week, instead of starting the first week of September, it would start the second week, the last week of August, I believe. I'm not sure yet, but yeah. So instead of preseason would be 3 weeks. So the last preseason game would become the first game of the season. So yeah, I'm not sure. Usually football starts. Sometimes it starts like the second or first week of September. So it might be like the first week or the last week of August, whatever. So yeah, they're talking about that too, adding a 17 game. So the season will now be 18 weeks instead of 17. So yeah, and obviously the playoff format is the interesting thing here. So it would be 7 teams from each conference going. And there would only be one bye week for each conference. Right now, you got 4 teams are getting bye weeks. 2 from the AFC, 2 from the NFC. In the future, it would only be so right now, this year it would have been Kansas City and San Francisco. Those were the only teams that would have gotten a bye week. Baltimore and Green Bay would have had to play the wild card round. And then the Los Angeles Rams would have been the 7th team in the NFC, and the Pittsburgh Steelers would have been the 7th team in the AFC. They would have played the Rams would have played the Packers, being the 2 playing the 7th, and the Steelers would have played Baltimore, being the 2 playing the 7th. And those games would be obviously the same day. So now you would go from having 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. You would go to 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday. So you would go from 4 wild card games to 6 wild card games. I absolutely love it. More football, the better. We get a lot of football, man. We get an extra week of football. 17 games. We get an extra week of football. And then in the playoffs we get 2 extra games. I love it. And I also think football, Tommy, is all about urgency, like the NBA. There's not a lot of urgency, oh, you have 82 games, you'll be fine, you can take 10, 15 games off. Look what Kawhi Leonard does. He takes so many games off because he's like, it doesn't even matter, man. It doesn't even matter, man. There's so many damn games. You can miss like 10 games and you're still good. In the NFL, every game matters. And now you're telling me that, oh, you absolutely have got to be the best team in your conference to get a bye week. That is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. That is interesting. I love it. I think now you thought players cared about the bye week. Now they're even going to care about it more because now only 2 teams in the entire NFL have a chance for a bye week. And I can see there's going to be some upsets, I think, because the Packers were not a good run defense team. They would have struggled versus Todd Gurley in that playoff game if they would have had to play. I'm sorry, TJ, don't get ass hurt, but your team struggled this year stopping the run. So that could have been an upset right there if the Rams would have had to play the Packers in the first round, because the Rams got Todd Gurley. The Packers struggled this year versus the run defense. So yeah, we're gonna see even more upsets. You thought we were seeing upsets. We're gonna be even seeing more upsets, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're gonna have possibly the 7th team possibly playing in the NFC or AFC championship game, because you know how the NFL is. When you get hot, just like Tennessee got hot this year. It is going to be very interesting to see. I can't wait. Obviously, there just like there can be upsets, there could also be ass whoopings. Like maybe Pittsburgh, because of their quarterback situation, they would have probably gotten ran out of the damn field by Baltimore, Lamar Jackson. So that would probably would have been an ass whooping. But I think the Rams could have gave the Packers problem with the run. So it's gonna be like, oh shit, just hit myself. I think you know, of course, you take the good with the bad. Sometimes you're gonna get blowouts, a 2 versus a 7. Sometimes you're gonna get it the upset. But I love it, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait for this shit. I cannot wait. I hope it gets voted in. I really do. And hopefully they sign the new collective bargaining agreement so we don't even have to worry about that stuff for next year. But I absolutely love it, man. I love it. I'm still wondering about the whole kickoff thing. If they're gonna switch it to the XFL kickoff format. That's also what I've been wondering. But this is the time of year where the NFL sort of tweaks everything. And they're doing it right now big time with adding going from 12 to 14 NFL playoffs and adding an extra week going from 17 weeks to 18 weeks. I cannot wait. Hopefully everything gets voted on, and I cannot wait. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, so slowly, the off season is starting to make some noise. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Free agency coming about in a few weeks. Draft coming in about 2 months. Before you know it, football will be back, ladies and gentlemen. But for now, that is all I have to say. Until next time, why don't you just holla at your boy?